supreme force that measures man's destiny, reaching its most fateful moment as it slowly strikes the 11th hour.
The Excavations in Iraq are, of course, world famous. But ours are not so well known yet. My father had spent 10 years on them, and during the 5 years I had continued to work after his death, I'd been too busy to feel lonely. But now my young sister Chloe had finished her schooling and had come out to join me, I wondered how she would like the life. This is scarcely now. You'll get used to it in time, Chloe. That's why I always have a siesta in the tent in the afternoon. Don't you feel better, Chloe? Oh, yes, I'm fine. I'm going to try the excavations now. If you like. To be cooler now. Did you enjoy the trip out? It was wonderful coming up the Tigris from Basra. But I didn't like the journey across the desert from Saudi. Yes, after excavations in Paris, Iraq, nobody seems to know. Well, I don't think anybody does for sure. There might even be in Turkey. It's simply the frontier. Well, there aren't any frontier posts in this area. And the boundaries have always been a matter of guesswork. All the authorities know we here, but none of them bother, so why should we? Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter, really. Look, lady, this is a work round now. Look, try something. There's Watson having a test. Forgive me, about here. He's a very efficient overseer. Where do you look for? I want to do it. I don't know. Sort of speculative. He could polite, of course. I sometimes think he's too polite. Now you're making me fantasy. Could you people find a temple at the house? Oh, yes, you know.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Mr. I thought you both had a good fiesta.
Hello, Watkins. What was all the shouting about?
We have found the entrance to the temple at the end of the tunnel. Exactly where you said we would find it.
The entrance to the temple? Oh, I'm going to have a look. We'll catch you up, sir.
It is good news, Miss Appleton.
Oh, my father was right. He always said we should find the temple of Baal eventually.
Your father is both learned and clever, Miss Appleton. His daughter is the same, but also beautiful.
I appreciate the compliment, Joachim, but I'm more interested in hearing what they found.
Oh, yes, you are more interested in being archaeologists than the woman at the moment.
Then suppose you satisfy the curiosity of the archaeologists.
Oh, that is easy, but the curiosity of the woman is more interesting.
I know this is your Joachim.
But of course. The entrance leads into a small antechamber. From there, no doubt, there will be some passage into the temple itself. You would like to see now?
Of course. We'll go immediately. What's the matter?
Something in the distance. Look.
Yes, I see. A small dust cloud on the horizon. Evidently a vehicle. Oh, looks as if we're going to have visitors. Oh, well, I'd better wait and see them, I suppose.
It is most strange. Why should anyone come out?
Why shouldn't they? What's wrong with you, Joachim?
The temple of Baal, Miss Appleton.
What do you mean?
It is probable that it will contain much treasure.
I'm not worried about that. The important thing is the discoveries we can make.
We know you do not concern yourself with money, Miss Appleton, but there are others who do. There may be gold, jewels.
Anything of value becomes the property of the state on whose territory it is found. You know that perfectly well.
And which state is going to claim this treasure trove, Miss Appleton? Have you not considered this will be difficult to decide?
No, I haven't thought about it.
That's what you think about it now.
That vehicle is in deep. It seems to be coming here.
The minister will not just quickly.
What matters?
The treasure is defined. Turkey, Persia, Iraq could all make a claim. We can say which will be right.
Well, they must decide amongst themselves. It's not my affair.
It could be our affair very much. We'll have a better right to what we find and we will find it.
That's what you suggested.
We will quite easily keep it. While the arguments are going on, we can arrange for the treasure to be hidden.
Hidden?
Of course. We will say the temple is empty. The gold and the jewels can be smuggled out. You can safely leave that matter to me. I have friends.
The sleeper is in the master office. sure.
Believe me, I have.
When you've wasted your time, you can now forget it.
Don't be a stupid fool.
Don't be insolent. You forget yourself.
It is you who must bring us anything more. You must forget about the archaeologist and become a human. With the money we get from the treasure here, and I can live in Russia and Europe. I will teach you how to live. Is it all right for me to be human?
I'm not interested in your crude fluff.
You have robbery. You wish it to be the cold archaeologist for quite 11 of what?
I'm aware of that. And I don't like
What
it.
of course you do. That's why I'm so positive about everything. Because it's not a secret. You suppose. He's a uniform.
How could you say?
You told me what we have done.
I can't help it.
If you fail, you will be punished. And very easy. And when the mirror, I am going to have that pleasure. Why, hello. Yeah, I'm glad to do Miss Mary Appleton.
Yes.
I am Colonel Feige from Rizaya. I thought I would come over and see how you are getting on.
Very nice of you, Colonel.
I should have come before. You must forgive me that I have so many places to visit. You see, I am responsible for the administration of all the Logonia district.
I see. This is my overseer, Welcome Pavlescu.
Yes. I hope you have not had any trouble, Miss Appleton.
No, why should I have trouble?
This is a wild district. There are many prisons.
But there's never bothered us.
I am forgetting. You have been here a long time. No doubt they look upon you as part of the scenery.
The tribesmen come along from time to time, but I always find them very friendly.
Quite so. Unfortunately, circumstances sometimes change very quickly. I would not like any harm to come to you, Miss Appleton.
It never occurred to me that it would.
No? If you will permit me to say so, your about is as courageous as your charming. But still, I am wondering whether it would not be better if I sent over a small guard of soldiers for your protection.
That's very thoughtful of you, Colonel. But I don't really think there's any need.
You cannot tell until perhaps it is too late. But we will talk of the matter later. Tell me, how are the excavations going?
We're doing very well. The latest one
is splendid. If the other day we came across some excellent specimens of doubling and pottery, almost undamaged, and the Appleton was delighted. Indeed. I would like to think that Miss Appleton will be suitably rewarded for the many years' hard work she has done.
Thank you. Are you interested in archaeology, Colonel Farsi?
I am interested in many things, some more than others. I should very much like to see around your evening to see permit.
Of course. I'll take you around.
Yeah, most kind. If you'll excuse me, I must see to the workmen.
If you go this way, Colonel, I can tell you when my father first began the excavations 15 years ago.
When you were a very small girl, no doubt.
I was a schoolgirl of 15, Colonel. Now, dear. Mommy?
Yes, Miss Appleton?
You come from the present time of Rosario, don't you?
Oh, yes, miss.
The man who was walking round with me and is now standing over there. Do you know him?
Oh, yes, miss. Who is he? Come with me.
I just want to be sure. Who is this Colonel Farsi, Mommy? Then he is the district administrator.
What? No.
Of course, you wouldn't understand. Colonel Farsi, he is government man?
Yes, miss.
He is big boss around here?
Oh, yes, miss. And he says, all yesterday.
I see. Can you explain to James, will you?
Yes.
First, my sister. She's at the new beginning.
I just said,
And Mommy, can you say to keep quiet about the new beginning? Do you understand?
all right. I go now.
Sorry I had to leave you, Colonel.
That is quite all right, Miss Appleton. I have been most interested in these pieces of property. hope this is not too tiring for you.
Oh, no. I used to walk around in the sun. I'm sorry if I'm a bad hostess.
On the contrary, you could not be otherwise than a most charming hostess. I am unwilling to leave, but I do not wish to impose on you.
Oh, not at all. Oh, these are some of the workings around here.
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid they were not very successful.
And you do not excavate here anymore? Well, shall we proceed then to the new beginning?
Oh, hello, sir. Did you know my sister? Yes. This is my sister Faye, Colonel Sargent.
I am indeed honored. I hope you will have a happy stay.
Oh, yes, I'm enjoying it. I'm just come at the right time.
Indeed. And why is this for us? Oh, your workmen are going already in the supper and are finishing very early, are they not?
They used to get back to their village. It's quite a long way.
And that has sorrows all that, Miss Appleton. And it is still 2 hours yet to sunset.
Oh, I didn't realize. Then Larkin is much earlier than usual.
Indeed. I wonder why he has done that.
I don't know.
Now, if these new diggings here look more interesting.
What's that behind the wall, Mary? Where? Over there. There's something blinking in the sun. It looks like metal. It's a water bottle. Here, look out.
Turn the tunnel mouth, both of you. I will see what it is. No. Nothing doing. Our friend has disappeared.
What was Larkin?
Of course. You are a very brave woman, Nora. You must forgive me if I call you Nora. After such an occurrence, I can no longer think of you as Miss Appleton. You have saved my life.
I put it in jeopardy. I should have told you before. We found the Temple of Fire.
Yes.
It's right here.
Yes, I thought you had. And doubtless Mr. Larkin wants the treasure, so he has sent the workmen away.
He threatened me, but if I told you...
You are courageous, so I will not try to deceive you. Larkin and his friends will now endeavor to kill us all.
Friends?
Oh, yes. He has been in touch with Sheikh Mustafa for some time. No doubt he and his men will be arriving shortly. Until then, Larkin will not make any move.
But then?
He will come to kill us, of course. But in the interim, let us use the time to advantage. Let us look at the Temple of Fire. Number 1 medals. Information about our military awards and decorations. The awarding of American medals had its beginning during the Revolutionary War. Certain military and naval commanders were presented gold medals to commemorate their victories. The first medal in our nation's history was given to General George Washington after he had forced the British to evacuate Boston. That medal is now in the Boston Public Library, where it was placed on exhibit in 1876, 100 years after the historic event it commemorates. Technically, early medals were not decorations in the strictest sense. They honored both the victorious event and the officer in charge. Also, they were not to be worn, as later medals were. Therefore, they were presented in a suitable case for safekeeping. What we now know as the Purple Heart Medal was originally a badge of cloth material, specified in Washington's establishing order to be a figure of a heart in purple cloth or silk, edged with narrow lace or binding. Foreign decorations and medals are worn to the left of all American decorations. They are never worn alone, but must appear with at least one American medal. These tributes are as meaningful and as cherished as the awards and decorations of our armed forces.
My course round the temple. It was large and almost intact. sitting was the great bronze figure of Baal, but it wasn't bronze. It was solid gold. So had I for nothing else and rushed over to examine it. I walked around the temple, examining the various inscriptions. I still couldn't believe we might be dead in a couple of hours. Sign's attitude made it still more difficult to credit. He leaned calmly against the entrance portal, his heavy automatic dangling in one hand, a cigarette in the other. I moved back to his side.
Have you seen all your ecstasy?
Of course not. But open to the something?
To what?
But tell the street.
No, that is quite impossible. Without a doubt, he was watching the entrance. If we go outside, we shall be shot.
Then, what do you do?
You do? Let me congratulate you on your very magnificent find. It is indeed a triumph after your years of work.
If I live to see it.
Let us assume that you will. It makes the discussion more pleasant.
Discussion? You must keep watch.
But I am keeping watch. Why else do you think I am standing here? I have an excellent view of the tunnel's entrance. If anyone comes down, I shall see him. It is quite simple.
You are so kind.
But certainly, there is no reason to do anything else. Consider, my dear mother. When Sheikh Mustafa and his men arrive, they will attack us. And if they are successful, we shall die. So, we should enjoy what time we have there. Or perhaps we shall be successful.
How?
The answer to that, I must confess, eludes me at the moment. But all things are possible. So we should still pass this interlude pleasantly. Tell me, Nora, did you enjoy Oxford?
Well, yes.
So did I. I was there before your time, of course, but not so very long before. Beautiful place. That also was a pleasant interlude. Did you fall in love while you were there?
I don't think so.
One should always be sure about such matters. It's quite fascinating.
What is?
You're confusing. You know, it is time you studied other things besides archaeology, my dear. Oh, what a pity we cannot continue our interesting conversation. I shall hope to do so on a later occasion. Yes, Captain, I can hear you.
I think we should go. Maybe into the tunnel.
All things are possible. What do you suggest?
I will show myself at the tunnel entrance with empty hands. If I have your word, you will not fire.
You have no solemn words to a truce of 5 minutes. Let us meet halfway along the tunnel, each with empty hands.
You mustn't go.
You must stay here. It would be as well if you and your sister were to hide in the temple as it is.
Why?
In case I should be unsuccessful. I fear he would find you eventually. But one should always fight to the very end.
You're taking your gun?
There's no doubt he was bringing his. The promise was empty hands and a 5 minutes truce. Look, he is coming into the tunnel. Thank you for a pleasant interlude, Nora.
I could see the traces laughing, silhouetted against the daylight as he came slowly down the tunnel, and saw his dapper, lithe figure moving steadily to meet him. Both men displayed their hands prominently before them, and they halted about 2 yards from each other with palms upturned. I slipped into the small antechamber and stood in the shadow. They stood some 20 yards away and spoke in low tones, but by a tip of the acoustics, I could hear them quite distinctly.
Here's the girlfriend in the tunnel. You have seen the kindred. I've made a great impression. But you saw enough to know that there is great pleasure. I am under no misapprehension as to the value yonder. Good. Then you will believe me when I say there is enough to split 3 ways. The third chair being for Sheikh Mustafa. Oh, good. Very good. Outside we will wait. And I had better call him. And I shall also have his agreement. Then you will accept our offer? Naturally. You will be suited to call it. You understand that the women, they will have to die, of course. That's what Buffy has found at the beginning. As long as that is clear, it must also be clear that Kate must daughter must take them into the village. Buffy must be left in such a way that I can find them convincingly. Then later I am asked to make a start. I have no doubt you agree. Then call him. Yes, my father. Tell your father to go to our proposition.
I slipped back into the temple, sick with fear and a hopeless despair. But I think the tears pricking at my eyelids were those of rage, not of Larkin. I expected nothing else from him. It was Spivey's cold-blooded betrayal that hurt. He thought no more of killing us than squashing an insect. What's happened, Laura? Sergeant. He's betrayed us. He's coming out to Larkin. No. He seems so lonely. Yes, I chose it that beautifully. Where are they? In the tunnel. Quiet. They're coming down to the antechamber. What's up with talk?
It's already done. Let us have matters quite clear. Yes, your father. You are going to tell us how he's done. I do not like handing over my young son as hostess to Colonel Park. It is quite reasonable. You will be taking a pleasure with you in the country while we remain here. When you bring back out here, your son will be waiting. Unharmed. Well, it is okay. You wish me to take the woman into the world? Yes. You must send a secret messenger to me to tell me where I shall find the body. Sure. Now, where are the women? If you tell me somewhere, bring them and get out. Let us go in and get them. Afterwards, we will estimate the value of the treasure.
No. There's some steps carved to the back of the highway. We can climb on top. Get up. Quickly. They're coming now.
Bring the lamp, Larkin. And you tell me before you leave. The men take your father straight for the window. I do not see them. Surely you do not expect them to be waiting for us without stretched hands. They are not here. What are you doing with them, Sergeant? You are not to a fire party. And do not be ridiculous. You know very well there is no other exit. You think I am an magician? Then where are we? You shall no doubt discover in good time. And I do not think it is necessary for you to carry a submachine gun to take Mustapha. The women are not to be shot here. You cannot have bullet marks in the temple.
A stone line lay on the golden head of boughs. We could see them moving about in the dim light 40 feet below. Spivey walked into the center of the temple. For a moment I thought he would straight out of it, but he made no sign. Then he took Mustafa, walked deliberately across to the base of the island. He glanced at Larkin, who gave a slight nod, and suddenly I knew that Spivey was going to be killed. I knew, too, that I was going to be wanted. The heavy electric torch was still in my hand. I stretched out, and with the weight of taking Carter's head, and then let go. Carter fired at the same time, and the lamp went out. Larkin quickly moved away from the bundle of the lamp in the entrance, and the two men were invisible in the silent darkness below. What's happening, Carter? Someone behind us. I heard it scream with a hand softly touched my shoulder, and then Spivey's fingertips ran down my arm until he found her hand and closed my fingers around the torch. He took my other hand and passed it over the submachine gun he was holding. Then, silently, he was gone. Who was it? Found it. Now, Larkin, don't move. I'm going to shine the torch to show up Larkin. Now.
Hold it! It is all right. You can come down now, Nora. And you're both Maureen?
Yes, please, Maureen. Larkin? What's happening?
You're not ready. You're quite late.
And St. Mustafa?
He, I hope, is alive. Sing it us. Yes. That will save us a lot of trouble.
What are you going to do?
As soon as he recovers consciousness, he will walk halfway along the tunnel and tell his men to go. In return, I shall forgo the satisfaction of hanging him this time.
Satisfaction?
Secondly, monsieur, he is a brigand, and I must protect my people. They are my children. Would you not protect your children, Nora?
I haven't got any.
Neither have I. I am quite a lonely man. So, whilst we are waiting for Sigma Starter to recover, let us return to our present interlude. Tell me, when are you going to fall in love, Nora?
Another visit with Joe and Daphne Forsythe. Hey, honey, I'm home. Daphne.
What's dead?
Uh-oh, what's the matter, honey?
Don't you speak to me, you Don Juan.
Don Juan. Daphne, I'm no Don Juan. No habla español.
Very funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, it was no prize winner, but...
Neither you Lothario.
I've often wondered, what's a Lothario?
I don't know, but that's what the wives on TV always call their husbands. I guess it applies.
You want me to go out and commit again?
As far as I'm concerned, you can go for a long walk, preferably on a short pier.
Well. Oh, come on, Daphne, what's wrong?
Your good friend Harry called, and he spilled the beans.
Which beans?
He said, quote, "Poor Jerry was right about those blondes. They're great," unquote.
Blondes?
That's what he said. Well?
He didn't say blondes. He said bonds. Savings bonds.
What?
Sure, I buy them on the payroll savings plan. And I told Harry he ought to do it too. Savings bonds are the guaranteed interest that pays back $4 for every $3, which is a pretty good investment.
That's a pretty good story, too.
It's true, so help me. That's why Harry's so happy. Savings bonds are great.
Well, maybe you're right. You wouldn't really fool around with blondes, would you? You're too faithful and sweet and kind and...
Stop talking.
Be listening for another mounting drama of action and suspense when we again bring you the 11th Hour.